Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be doing the book acquiring tag. So this is an original tag by, I believe, Enter the Book, but I was tagged by my good friend Leslie over at The Nerdy Narrative. I will link both of those channels in the video description box down below. I absolutely adore Leslie, by the way. If you have not checked out her channel yet, please head over there and check that out. So Leslie tagged me for this, I think about a month ago, but I'm only just now getting around to it. The past month has been pretty busy for me, but I'm really excited about this one. This tag, it asks questions about how I acquire books and pretty much like what I think about my acquisition of books. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So let's just jump right in. All right, so the first question on the tag is, do you plan your book purchases ahead or impulse buy? A little bit of both, but I would say mostly impulse buying. I buy books kind of whenever I'm bored. If I just have a few minutes, I will get on Book Outlet and just scroll and see what they have. I do plan out some purchases, of course, like after I pull my TBR each month, if there's books I don't own that I want to own, I'll go and buy them. So that's, I guess, sort of planned out. But by and large, it's mostly just pretty willy-nilly, like just whenever I feel the urge to buy books is when I will buy them. Question number 2 is, how do you decide what books to buy? Well, that kind of goes hand in hand with the first question. The books that I plan on buying are the books that I pull from my TBR. Like, obviously I'm about to read it, so I need the book. Whenever I am just scrolling and impulse shopping for books, it's a combination of like, if I see a book that I have heard of, that I've been wanting to read, I might buy that if it's at a good price, or if the cover looks really interesting to me and then I read the synopsis and it sounds interesting, like if it has like some of my favorite tropes or sounds very unusual, like something I've never read before, that's whenever I will pick up a book that maybe I've never heard of. Occasionally I will look up reviews for a book if I'm kind of on the fence. There are plenty of books that other people hate that I have loved, so I try not to let that sway me too much if a book doesn't have the greatest reviews. Question number 3 is, what is your philosophy on where you shop, online versus in person, large versus small, physical, digital, or audio, new versus used? I love going into a bookstore to buy books. I just don't have a lot of time to shop in person, so it's primarily online, but I value those experiences equally for different reasons. I mostly buy physical books, though I will buy digital books if I'm not sure that I'm going to like it. Like if I'm a little skeptical, I'm not going to buy a physical copy. I don't care if a book is new or used, as long as if it's used, it's not beat up so badly that it detracts from my reading experience. Like I don't want pages falling out while I'm reading a book. I do like getting used books or like outlet books because they tend to be cheaper, and I read so much and buy so much that finding a deal is definitely a factor for me. As far as audio books go, I don't buy audiobooks. I will borrow them from the library. I use Libby a fair amount, but I'm not really interested in actually owning audiobooks. It's just not something I want to own. Question number 4 is, what about little free libraries? What do you think of them? Have you used one? Why or why not? What do I think of them? I think they're great. I think that it's super cool that people do that. I don't tend to use them. I will go look at them. I don't go out of my way for it. And the reason is because I'm yet to find one that has any books in it that I'm actually interested in taking. All of them that I've ever looked in primarily have nonfiction, like a lot of history and politics nonfiction. I don't know. That may just be the area that I live in. That's what people prefer to read, but there's usually not the kind of books in it that I want to read, even though I think that it is a super cool concept. I will continue to look in them whenever I see them, but I'm skeptical about finding the kinds of books in them that I would really be that interested in reading. Question number 5, how do you feel after acquiring a book? Do you share, i.e. book haul or diary? After I acquire a book, I feel awesome. I love buying books. I feel no guilt and no shame over it. I don't have a lot of buyer's remorse when I get books. I always feel great after I buy them. I do book hauls, which I have one coming up soon. I think my next video video after next is going to be a haul, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I like sharing them in hauls. I don't watch a ton of haul videos, but people seem to really enjoy them, and I like it when people enjoy my videos, so I do really enjoy sharing the books that I've bought. Question number 6 is, how do you feel looking at your books that haven't been read? Does it matter if it's currently a lot or a little amount? Whenever I look at the books that haven't been read, I feel great. I don't think I've ever shown you guys what that looks like, but here's a good chunk of the books that I have not read. And honestly, whenever I look at that, I feel great. To me, looking at a giant stack of books that I haven't read yet is like looking at a map of countries I've never been to, but I know my ticket is booked. It makes me excited. Like, whenever I look at all of these books, it's just an adventure that I know I'm going to get to have, and I haven't had it yet, and I'm excited, and I can't wait to get to all of them. Like, I love looking at the books that I haven't read yet. I feel awesome. Does it matter if it's currently a lot or a little amount, or a small amount, I guess? No, I always feel great whenever I look at my books. Whenever I look at my piles of books, I feel great. So, yeah. Question number 7 is, how do you decide what number of unread books is the right amount? I don't feel like there is a right or wrong amount other than like what I can fit on my bookshelf. I guess it's the wrong amount. If I don't have anywhere to put them, then I probably shouldn't be buying them, but I have places to put them, so I don't feel like there's a wrong amount. Question number 8, do you have a TBR game or process for reading them? Yes, I do. I will link my last TBR video up at my TBR Star Jar video. It's not really a TBR game, it's really just drawing books on pieces of paper that are folded up into stars, but I guess it's kind of a game. I think it kind of hits like a game the way it feels for people to watch that. People seem to really love that, which is kind of funny to me. I had no idea that people would enjoy it as much as they do. I also recently posted a tutorial on how to make your own TBR, your own origami TBR stars. I don't know, I'd been asked for that a lot, which makes me feel great. The fact that people like enjoyed it enough to want to do it themselves, like, that's a great feeling. And the 9th and final question is, do you have a book buying problem? If so, what is the nature of it, and can it be adjusted? No, I don't feel like I have a book buying problem at all. I spend a fair amount on books. I'm a sucker for a deal, I really am. So considering how many books I buy, I feel like I don't actually spend that much money on them. Of all my hobbies, it's the only one that really requires me to spend money. Up until this point, no one has staged an intervention on me. So I guess until that happens, I'm gonna continue to feel pretty good about my book buying habits. So that is it. That is the book acquiring tag. I guess I should tag a few people. I think I'm going to tag Beth's Life, Recovering Book Hoarder, and Bright and Bookish. Unless you guys have already done it, then you can just disregard this, but I would love to hear your answers to these questions. Also, for any of you watching, I would love to know your answers to these questions, so I hope that you will talk to me about it in the comments down below. I'd also be very curious to know if any of my answers to these questions were particularly interesting to you, or surprising to you, or pretty much what you would have thought and expected from me. I would love to talk to you about that in the comments down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you will like it and possibly subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.